Hello, welcome to Jessi's Craft Corner. This is part 3 of my Jasmine pilot doll, where I will be working on the face-up. If you'd like to see the concept design and clothing making, you can watch parts 1 and 2 listed in the description box below. This is what I'm starting with. It is a second-hand Disney store Jasmine. I'm going to go ahead and clean it all up, and then we can get started. As a side note, looking at this while I'm editing, her old face just looks so bizarre. You'll see what I mean later in the video. On to the long-awaited face-up. I usually use a hairdryer to remove the head from the doll. If you decide to do this, always cover the doll hair before removal. You'll need to cover it anyway when you're using Mr. Super Clear, and if you don't, the heat from the hairdryer can potentially damage or melt your hair. Remove the factory paint using acetone, and then give it a good wash with soap and water to remove any residue. I've applied MSC to the face, and I'm doing the basic sketch with, well, I was gonna say neutral colors, but boy, I went right in there with a bold red, didn't I? You go, girl. Not the best idea though, since I ended up deciding to add her teeth. Oh well, moving on. Now actually using a neutral color to sketch out the eyes. This is always a little tricky on really sculpted dolls because the molded eye shape is not always accurate to the eye shape of the character that they're portraying. So you have to figure out how to modify it with shading and highlighting. I also go ahead and start building up the whites of the eyes and shaping the eyebrows, and marking out the pupils. Ooh, going right for the eyeliner. You know, it's kind of weird for me to use pencils for this, because I always use liquid eyeliner whenever I'm doing cat eyes on myself, but On to layer 2 of MSC, building up the white some more, as well as the brows, Crisping up the black. Oh no, no, don't do it! Ah! I thought I'd try to give her individual eyebrow hairs, which was a horrible idea, and I immediately hated it and covered it up. Hi, Skittles. So I'm using a brick red chalk pastel for the blushing on the cheeks. When working with flesh tones, I almost always use purple for shading. It's a trick I picked up back in my comic art days, as it makes faces look more warm and natural by simulating the blood in your veins, as opposed to using browns, which make faces look more dirty, or grays and blacks, which make faces look more sickly or corpse-like. I'm highlighting with a light peach since Jasmine is rather tan. On darker skin tones, I highlight with a chestnut brown, and on paler skin tones, I use white. And some nose contouring. Man, I don't know about you, I just love Jasmine's nose. I just think it's got such an awesome shape. Really cute. Layer 3 of MSC. A little more shading around the corner of the eyes before evening out the skin tone with a warm light brown. You can see it's faded the pencils somewhat, so I'm going back and touching up all of the features. Layer 4 of MSC, and on to the final details. I'm using metallic chocolate brown and metallic copper to add a bit of shine to the eyes. The layers are not opaque, so the original pencil color is still visible as well. I'm going in with a dark brown pencil to define the edges. I'm using some nice black for the pupils, and while that dries, I'm adding white to her smile. Since it's very difficult to get into the tiny mouth seams, I'm cleaning up the edges with a toothpick, which I can do because I sealed the previous layer with MSC. And on to the best part, the whites of the eyes and the lovely little catch lights. Ah, there's that toothpick again. I'm not sure why, but I can never get the catch lights perfect on the first try. Time for one last layer of MSC. I decided last minute to lighten up her bottom lip a bit, so yeah. Adding some gloss to the eyes and lips, and the face-up is done. I love how the finished face turned out, and I feel like it really captures her personality. I had this crazy idea that I wanted to be able to pose her hair. Don't ask me why, so I'm punching holes and running wire through the back of her head. I'm twisting the ends so that it won't pull back out, and I did that 3 times, twisted the wires together, and painted them all black. I didn't record the rest of the process, and I'm sorry about that, but I ended up needing to use my camera setup to actually hold everything in place while I styled her hair, which ended up being a pain in the butt and took several hours. After extensive research, I concluded that no one has quite figured out exactly how Jasmine's hair is supposed to work. So, yeah. And Snips decided that she wanted to party too. This is where the doll is at so far. I hope you enjoyed this video and will join me for the 4th and final installment, where I'll be making a headpiece, as well as carpet and a display stand. As always, thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day.